Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform whatsoever. Reach out to me for pricing, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing the Hermès Arceau Grande Lune. The original version of this watch launched with a silver dial in 2011. This one, with a multi-blue dial, launched in 2020. The watch in stainless steel is 43 millimeters in diameter, 12.3 millimeters thick, and 45.7 millimeters from lug to lug, with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Because of how short-cropped the lugs are, the watch almost wears like a 1970s-style lugless timepiece. For a 43, a sub-46 lug-to-lug dimension is almost unheard of. And you can see on my 16-centimeter circumference wrist, no problem wearing this watch. I would recommend it for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, because you're not going to get any lug overlap. Now, it is fairly thin. For a modular complication, 12.3 is not bad, so it'll slide underneath a dress cuff. Taking a look at the strap, you can see it is a lush and lovely Hermes strap made in France. Hermes straps are buttery. The closest thing I can compare them to are Grand Seiko straps, which somehow feel broken in even when they're brand new, and that's exactly what you get here. This is a really buttery, supple, smooth leather. It's pliant and flexible and comfortable and luxurious. You can see it is I would say ultramarine blue on the top. It's a matte finish, large rectangular scale alligator leather. There is a sheer cut side, a monotone stitch, and then you can see that wonderful buttery Hermes calfskin on the bottom. This is a brand new Hermes strap. We've got a buckle with twin trigger release. You press the two triggers and it pops open. You can see that the buckle emulates the loop style lugs of the Arceau design, and this is Hermes branded. It is a steel single fold deployant, protection against accidentally dropping your watch. That's what a deployant clasp does. Now, the Arceau has been around in one form or another since 1978, so a lot of these styling cues are well established. You can see that there's an asymmetry to the lug design, a loop style lug at 12 o'clock, and then almost complete integration to the case down at 6 o'clock. You can see that there's a little revetment or recess in the case that allows the strap to join with the case so that there's no daylight between strap and case. It's a completely integrated look, but there's also no impediment to the motion of the strap, which is why I like that particular application of strap integration. A lot of times you get fight and flare and stiffness when a strap is butted right up against the case. Here you get a total range of motion. If you want to pull the strap straight down around a small wrist, you can. The case is all of high polish. You can see that the bezel is dominant. The case has sort of a gadroon style bezel that wraps around from a tucked mid case, and you can see the mid case is extremely thin. Everything's in high polish. We have a Hermes H on the crown, and we have little pusher adjusters that are used to correct the calendar. The calendar in this case is a Dubois de Praz 9313 triple calendar moon phase display. So it needs to be corrected 5 times a year. It is a conventional triple calendar, not an annual, not a perpetual. So 5 times a year you'll make a correction, but you get a lot of complication for a watch that originally retailed for $6,100. You get that moon, you get the day, the date, and coaxial with the moon, you actually get that date. There's also a month in aperture. A lovely typeface is used for the splayed out, almost diagonally arrayed Arabic numerals, which are a lovely silver on medium blue. And then we have a different texture with a concentric pattern at the center, and you can see how there's a contrast between the blue of the hour track and the blue of the center. You'll see again there's a texture on the lunette framing the moon phase. It's quite elegant and handsome, with leaf style hands and a lovely leaf counterweighted lancet style seconds hand. The watch does use an ETA 2892A2 base, which has a hacking or stop seconds function. One point to mention is that there is a dead clutch position. This often happens when a 2892, 2824, or 7750 is converted to some sort of a calendar module. You can see that there is the position in which you wind the watch. Then there's that intermediate position where the 2892's quickset used to be. All the setting here is done using the pusher adjusters. Then you pull it out to that third position, and now there's hacking and setting, but there is that dead clutch position in the middle. Taking a quick look at the case back, you can see something I always like to see, which is that a top grade of 2892A2 was used. You know, when you see the spoke on the balance and it's splayed out like a funnel, as opposed to straight like a rod, you're looking at either a top or chronometer grade ETA movement, and that usually accompanies a higher grade hairspring as well. I can't magically see the alloy composition, but in general, higher grade balances and hairsprings always go together. So that's top grade, second from the top underneath chronometer. And you can see it as a real ETA, not a Soprod or a Salida, because there's an ETA stamp and model number on the base plate. Hermes, however, has branded the rotor. It is a bidirectional winder with a 42-hour power reserve. It beats weight 8 beats per second. It pivots on 21 joules. And you can see that although the finishing is mechanical, it is handsome, and all of this is water resistant down to 30 meters. Again, a standard ETA 2892 42-hour power reserve. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.